Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? It's my first official YouTube video right here, man. So what's going on? Thank you for coming to my channel, checking it out. Ignore the boring background in my room. Ain't nothing going on back there, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to start off by making my first YouTube video, just, you know what I'm saying, just warming up, telling a story. Because if anybody knows me, you know I like to tell stories. This story goes back about a year or so. Now, about a year ago, I was going through a phase. We all go through phases, you know, growing up and maturing. This phase, I was making a lot of moves, I'll say that, you know what I'm saying, with different people. So I'm not gonna give it a name, you know, y'all put two and two together. But yeah, that was what I was on. So I remember it was this girl, she followed me on Instagram, you know. I DM her, you know, she liked a couple of my pictures, you know, obviously that's how girls shoot they shot without shooting they shot, because everybody knows girls don't be shooting they shot like that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they do, but for the most part, you know, they'll like two pictures, and then if you don't get the hint, then it's like on to the next, you know what I'm saying? I DM the girl, and we're texting a little bit. We end up hanging out that night. Like, she tells me she had nothing to do, so I'm like, hey, you wanna go to the movies? This was just when Us came out also. Us had just came out. So if y'all have seen Us, that is not the type of movie you wanna you wanna watch on the first date, you know. So we're driving up to the movies, and the first thing she mentions is oh, I forgot to let you know, but my ex-boyfriend works here. Your ex-boyfriend works at the movies that we're going to. It's like two different movie theaters we can go to. It's one that's closer to my house, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to the one that your ex works at, of course. In my mind, it's a red flag, but you know, I'm trying to talk my talk a little bit. So I'm like, oh, well, you know, if he got a problem with it, you know, that's on him. You know, you single, right? And of course, she was eating that up. She was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. So I'm like, yeah, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So, boom, we're in the movies, watching the previews, and before the previews even end, she's like, what, you got a girlfriend or something? And I'm like, no. She's like, you ain't even got your arm around me, you know? And I'm like, oh, all right then. Put my arm around her, you know what I'm saying? We watching the movie, we kind of caking or whatever, you know? The movie ends and my mind is just blown. I'm not gonna spoil the movie, even though it's a year old. Y'all niggas should have been watched it. But the end of the movie just blows your mind. So I wanted to talk about it with her. The first thing that she does when we're walking out the theater, I'm like, dang, man, I can't believe the ending. Like, that really just blew me. She's like, oh my God, you're parked so far. And I'm like, what I said just went in one ear, you know, out the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my word just like, it just hit a brick wall. So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, I am parked kind of far, which I was, you know, but I was like, you know, I could bring the car up for you. She was like, no, I want a piggyback ride. That's the type of stuff you do when you're deep in a relationship, like on some corny stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like in love type stuff. I don't know about doing that on the first date. You know, I go to give her a piggyback ride, and this girl made the biggest scene in the world. I look back on her back, and she's just, oh my God, you're so crazy, boy. You are just so crazy. Oh my God, like just screaming at everybody, right? Like all the people leaving the theater at the same time of us, they're just looking at me, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I get to my car and I put her down, and she's like, man, I'm gonna marry you. You crazy, and I like it. I'm definitely gonna marry you. And I'm just like, ooh. Ooh. Anywho, so, you know, I just kind of didn't say nothing, you know, I just changed the subject. So we're driving back, and I asked her, I'm like, and I don't know why I did this. What possessed me to ask her this? But I'm like, so you asked me if I had a girlfriend. I know you was kind of flirting, but like, why would you ask? Why would I be out with you if I had a girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? She just goes on a whole like little rant talking about her ex. So she was dating a guy in the military. You know, dude gets married in the military while dating her. And I'm like, you know, that should have been in a relationship. I'm like, well, what else we got to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. But She said that he said that, you know, he was doing it for the benefits and he didn't really love her or whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you know, you definitely boo-boo the fool. I could tell. Who gets married and then says, oh, no, it's not what it looks like? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, this ain't what it looks like. I gave her a ring, but this ain't what it looks like. So anyways, like, yeah, so she believed him. A few months later, he posts the girl and the girl's pregnant. And so, like, this just blows her. She's just heartbroken, distraught, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, I feel bad. I'm thinking this is years ago, years in the past, because this will take a long time to heal from. And now, this was, at the time, this was about 2 months earlier. About 2 months earlier. She on a date with a whole new nigga. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you know, I'm giving her advice. You know, my relationship advice is kind of fire. You know, I'll say that for another video. You know, everybody that know, you know, I got some fire relationship advice. She's kind of telling me about another dude. And this dude, they had been really talking heavy. I don't know if they dated, but lo and behold, he was married and she didn't know it. He was just, you know, take off the wedding ring. I think she found it one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, she found it, like, in a cup holder or something. He would have put a drink down. It was like, oh.
Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is.
Oh, my God, man. So, yeah. So, the nigga she was talking to was married. She's sitting up here telling me this. I'm like, dang, that's terrible. You know, like, you never hear that, like, twice. I'm like, so when did this happen? She was like, oh, this was last month. And I was just like, when did this happen? This was last month. Okay. I just want to remind y'all, this is the first date. She's telling me all about her exes. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling me all this stuff these niggas have done, and it's super recent, and this is the first date, all right? It's not the third time we hanging out. We not in a relationship. This is the first date. So, you know, I'm giving her advice. At this point in my mind, back when she did the piggyback thing, like, you know, so I already know I wasn't finna for real, like, try and talk to her. So I'm like telling her, I'm like, hey, you know, like, I could be, you know, like somebody you could talk to, you know, everybody needs like somebody they can have as an outlet, you know, like a friend or whatever. You know, I'm establishing the friend thing, right? So she's like, yeah, you know, I really appreciate that. Like, you're so nice. Like, I love your vibe. I hate the word vibe, but she was like, yeah, I love your vibe. And it's just so real. And like, I could tell you gonna hold me down. And I'm just like, bro, we're on two different pages here. So anyway, she asked me to go to Walmart, right? We had been sitting at her crib. She was like, yeah, I need to get something out of Walmart. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I didn't mention any of this. It's very late, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting tired, you know. This is when like everything was kind of like progressively going down. This is when things just took like a nosedive, bro. We go into the Walmart. The first thing she says is just like, oh my God, I wish I was a kid so I could just hop in the cart and you could just push me around all night long. You know, this Walmart is 24 hours. And I was like, bro, is that supposed to be enticing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is 24 hours. I'm like, bro. So, you know, I'm like, what does she need from Walmart that we're here this late? This girl, I kid you not, she grabs a gallon of Arizona tea, some grapes, applesauce, and an extra large bag of Flamin' Hots. By this time, it's about 3 in the morning. I'm very tired. And I'm texting my sister. I'm letting her know, like, hey, you know, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So she sees me on my phone and she was like, who are you texting? And I had never been asked this before, unironically. So I'm texting my sister. And she was like, you probably talking to some other girl. And I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. Like, she was pissed. And I'm like, no, literally, my sister's my background. Look, because my sister is still my background. I'm like, look, like, it's me and her right here. She was like, that's probably you and just some hoe. And I was just like, what is wrong with you? This is the first date. You can't be asking me about who I'm texting on the first date, boy. Like, we barely know each other. You don't even know my last name. So we go to the front of the store and she puts down the giant gallon of Arizona tea at the front on top of the fridge just because she sees a little bottle of like a different type of tea. And she's like, have you had this before? It's so good. Oh my gosh, like you gotta try it. And I'm like, nah. Like it was like 3:30 in the morning. I was so tired. I was like, nah, I haven't had that before, nah. So she puts the gallon there and she just leaves it there. They cleaned the store overnight, so the store was like spotless. There wasn't nobody in there. And I'm like, all right, I want to make extra work for them, so I'm gonna put the gallon back in the back of the store where we got it, you know. So she sees me grab the gallon. This girl saw it and she went in on me. So she was like, put that back. What do you think you're doing? And I'm just like, I was like, what? And she was like, do you work here? Do you have on a blue vest? Are you a Walmart employee? And she's just cursing me out. I don't see you picking up any groceries. I don't see you moving the little crane thing around the store. I didn't even know what she was talking about. And she was just going in on me for like 2 minutes. So I just look at her. I'm like, I'm going to put this back on the shelf and I'm going to go to my car. And so she just says, okay. I see her, she grabbed another big bag of chips that was, just so happened to be at the front, like while she was checking out. And I say, oh, you eating real healthy, huh? Like I make little terrible jokes all the time. And so she just goes in on me again. Like she curses me out again. By this time I had started getting irritated. So I'm like, look, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but I don't know you that well. Nobody I know talks to me like that. You cannot talk to me like that. Like seriously. So I kind of had to check her. And she like instantly like apologized. She was like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Like, no. Like, I was just kidding or whatever. And I was just like, okay. Like, so she tried to link up arms with me and walk out. Like, I don't know if she liked that, you know what I'm saying? Like me checking her, but I was like, okay. So by this time I'm fed up. We walk past some flowers or whatever. And she says, how would you feel if I sent flowers to your job sometime? And I'm like, I don't really know you like that. Like we just met. Like that's coming on a little strong. I don't know. And she's like, not tomorrow, but like maybe like Thursday, Friday. I don't know. How would you feel about that?
Oh Lord.
And I didn't say anything. I was like, bro, I'm just done. I'm mentally checked out, man. I can't do it. We're on the way home. I'm bringing her back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put on some music. I'm going to ignore her. I turn on some Future. And I'm blasting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm singing it so I'm just ignoring her. Because I'm just so, just annoyed with Shorty. And she still messes that up. She's, like, humming along to it. Yeah. Yeah. And then she looks at me and smiles. She's like, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. I can't even ignore this girl, man. Oh, man, I was sick. Take her back. She tells me she had a great time. I don't know if we went on 2 different dates or what happened, but she said, I had a great time. I would love to do it again. I just said, okay. Very next day, I texted her. I said, I'm not interested, not really looking for that right now. I'm going back to school. That was my little bailout. I needed a new bailout because I'm not even gonna start. But I texted her. I said, I'm going back to school. I'm not looking for nothing like that right now. I think it'd be best if we were friends. And she just said, okay. Cursed me out over a bag of chips and putting the drink back on the shelf. But when I told her I wasn't interested in her, she just said, okay. That is the story of the worst date I've ever been on. Yeah, I'm just gonna be on here chilling, telling stories, chopping it up, I ain't got nothing else to do, and I've always wanted to do it, so, might as well. So, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. I would love to read your comments. I don't know who all is gonna see this, probably 15 people, whatever, but, hey, so yeah. Join the Black Guys. Become a Black Guy. BLACKE guys. Join the Black Guys. Subscribe.